Tsunamis are a series of waves produced by disturbances on the sea surface. The term tsunami, which in English means harbor wave, comes from the Japanese tsu, meaning harbor or bay, and nami, meaning wave. It is also called tidal wave. Tsunamis can be generated by volcanic eruptions, coastal landslides, submarine landslides, or the impact of a meteorite. However, the most common phenomenon are earthquakes that cause the formation of the seabed, causing approximately 99% of tsunamis that occur in the Pacific Ocean. An earthquake can generate a tsunami when the release of energy causes a large portion of the seafloor to break, with an upward or downward movement, and this movement is transmitted to the sea surface. Once a tsunami has been generated, it propagates in all directions with a speed of up to approximately 800 kilometers per hour at a depth of 5,000 meters, modifying its behavior as it approaches the coast, where the speed of propagation decreases as a result of the lower depth, by increasing the height of its waves, which can cause flash floods or a retreat of the sea followed by a flood that can penetrate several kilometers of land with heights up to 30 meters. Tsunamis are classified as local, when the place of origin is very close to the coast and the displacement time is in a few minutes. Regional, when the invaded coastline is located no more than 1,000 kilometers away from its origin. And distant or transoceanic, when the site of origin is more than 1,000 kilometers away. All oceanic regions of the planet can experience tsunamis. In Mexico, the tectonic framework is formed by the North American continental plate and the Pacific, Caribbean, Rivera, and Cocos oceanic plates. The last two move under the North American plate, originating a subduction zone called the Mesoamerican Trench, which includes the states from Jalisco to Chiapas. The above allows identifying this area within the tsunami hazard map as susceptible to the generation of local tsunamis. It is worth mentioning that the entire Mexican Pacific is exposed to the effects of regional and transoceanic tsunamis, with less risk for the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. Historically, earthquakes with a magnitude greater than 7 capable of generating a tsunami have occurred in our territory from Jalisco to Chiapas. However, two segments known as seismic gaps have been identified where this has not occurred in more than 100 years, so that energy continues to accumulate and has not been released. Due to the great risk that tsunamis represent for the Mexican coast, the National Tsunami Warning System was created. With its operational center called Tsunami Warning Center, this center works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, monitoring the seismic activity of the national territory and the variations of the sea level, which allow to evaluate the potential of generation of existence of a tsunami. Disseminating this information through informative bulletins, alerts, follow-up, or cancellation of the alert, which are used information for the emergency management authorities to take actions aimed at safeguarding the population. It should be noted that not all strong earthquakes can generate a tsunami. However, they cause panic in the population and the cease of activities, which is why the Tsunami Warning Center issues timely information bulletins that provide confidence and certainty. Tsunamis around the world have been devastating for humanity, such as the one in Indonesia on December 26, 2004, which caused the death of at least 2,800,000 people in the Indian Ocean, or the one in Japan on March 11, 2011, which caused the death of almost 16,000 people, reflecting in this last case the importance of the tsunami early warning system to save many lives. In case you are on the coast and you feel an earthquake that prevents you from standing, stay away from the beaches while the authorities indicate that they are safe because a tsunami could be generated. The earthquake is the warning. If the tsunami has been generated, you should remain calm, walk or run to higher ground, 30 meters above sea level or 1.6 kilometers from the coast. If you cannot move to higher ground, go to at least the third floor of a building. Do not drive on roads. They should be kept clear for emergency vehicles. Follow all directions from local authorities. In order to maintain continuity in CAT operations in case of any event in compliance with the regulations on risk management and seawall protection, it has redundant system called alternate CAT located in the port of Veracruz and mobile CAT in the facilities of the general headquarters of the Secretariat of the Navy. The Secretariat of the Navy also has an application for smartphones called Tsunami MX. This app informs those responsible for risk management and the public in the shortest possible time about tsunami events. In order to promote self-protection in the event of a tsunami, the app provides quick and easy access to information. The Secretary of the Navy, committed to the prevention and protection of the civilian population through the Tsunami Warning Center, will always alert you before the occurrence of this type of phenomenon, allowing to save and reduce the loss of lives and property. For more information,
Gobierno de México.